Let's see. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you've been a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing and the support. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the family. If it just so happens that this video pops up on your YouTube feed and you like it, please do give it a thumbs up and please do join the family. And don't forget to share this with your friends so they can share with their friends and they can share with their friends' friends. You know what I'm saying? Oh, guys, this is an impromptu. This is an impromptu video. Let me just take a sip. This is an impromptu video because I just had a bit of like a cry session and I just understood what is about to happen in my life. So I'm about to be admitted as an attorney. Today is the 8th of March when I shoot this. Not sure when I'm gonna put it out, but I was just like, oh, let me just make a video because I am so grateful. Oh, this is a testimony actually because I'm entering a phase of my life that I thought that I'd never reach, which is so crazy because the journey was something else, which I'll definitely share in detail in videos to come. Please do check out my playlist of my law journey. I have 2 videos up. I think we had just graduated our LLB with Sleazy and Vicky, and we were just reflecting on our journey. So just to catch those up who are new here, my name is Perlin Sehi and welcome to Unfiltered Her. And I completed my BCom law. After my BCom law, I decided to do my LLB. While I was doing my after my LLB, I was doing my LLB during work or while working. So after my LLB, it just felt right to do my BCom honors, just so I can have it in my bag, as an accolade. And while I was working, I didn't know if I was going to do my articles, but by the grace of God, my employer seconded my contract and I was allowed to do my articles, and I did my articles and completed it, and now I'm about to be admitted as an attorney. I'm waiting for a response from the LPC, but oh goodness, guys, to say the journey was hard is it's an understatement. So when I started my articles, nothing could have prepared me for my articles, and I would go into more detail in another video, but this video is just, it's not about that. So how I got to this point, started my articles in September, and October, November, December, fine. And then from January, I started my law school. Law school is 6 months. I did the night school. And it was quite a challenge and an exciting challenge, actually. Just navigating work and law school. I had a set program. It was gym in the morning, it was work, and then law school. Gym in the morning, law was like, that was my cycle. And I used to wake up every day at 4:30 because I wanted to get my body ready for Miss South Africa. So while I was doing my law school, I entered Miss South Africa, and throughout that process, I also registered for my board exams. And I realized that it was going to be an impossible task for me to do my South Africa and my board exams, although I had already registered for 4 exams. I was studying during the top 30 journey, and that's when I realized this is not going to work. But I kept on pushing. I told myself, even though I registered for 4, I'll just study for 2. I'll just study for bookkeeping and wills and estates. It wasn't working, but I was like, you know what? Holding my thumbs, crossing my fingers, I'll still push through. So then I made it up to the top 10. And while we were doing the top 10, we still had to shoot crown chases as well. So it was very tough. And that's when I made the decision, you know what, I'm not going to write my board exams. It was very, very tough. I called my mom and I was like, you know what, I can't be fully present. And I called my partner, then my husband now, saying I can't be fully present if I'm also worrying about board exams. So I'm making a decision to not write my board exams. And my mom and my partner were like, dude, go ahead. You only get to do Miss South Africa once, or that's the one time that I was going to do it. I didn't want to go back again if I gained the experience that I wanted, and I was determined to gain my experience during that year. So they were like, you can always write your boards later on. Be fully immersed in the experience. Sharp. That was done. Miss South Africa happened in August. Had a great time. Mwah! Met lovely ladies. And then, not March, the next year, January came. Because Miss South Africa was in August. January, I registered for 4 exams again. Iga viva. So I had complications with my teeth in February. So I made the decision to only write numbers. So I was determined to write wills and estates and bookkeeping. I was very determined. So I studied for them, wrote them, and I was like, oh, board exams is so easy, baby. I can definitely do this. Little did I know. But anyway, wrote those, got my results, passed beautifully. And I was like, you know what? I can actually do this. Like, I can actually do this. Later on in August, registered for paper 1 and paper 3. Paper 1 is court procedures. Paper 3 is known as ethics, but now it's called something else. Attorney's practice, I think. Yes, is it attorney's practice? Something like that. Anyway, that's not the point. So, wrote paper 1 and paper 3, and I was like, okay. Paper 1, great. Paper 3, oh, not so great. But I was very hopeful. Very hopeful. Got my results. And in my head, guys, and this is me being an overachiever. In my head, that was fine. Paper 3 I wasn't sure of, but surely I'm either going to get an oral or a pass. Barely pass, like 50%. Go guy. Results came in, I got my SMS. Paper 1, beautifully. Paper 3, fail. You. And with the percentage, I'm like, that percentage? I was like, there's no way. There is no way. I was so discouraged, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. I'm gonna register again in March. I mean, that'll be my final year of being a candidate attorney, so I have another year left. It's fine. No, I didn't have another. Yes, I had another year relatively. So I'll register in August. Registered in August, and there's a general consensus that August papers are more difficult. So I was like, you know what, I'll commit. No matter what, I don't care who says what. This is only one paper. I will definitely get this a second time round. August came around. I felt not fully prepared, and the drive to, I remember we were writing on Nazareth. The drive to Nazareth, I was just praying, blasting praise and worship, decreeing, declaring that, you know what, Lord, I don't feel prepared, but I'm going in this with a positive heart. Get to Nazareth, get my zenke, you know, warasiwa, get there. Funny enough, the first day we were writing, was it paper 1? No, it wasn't the Nazareth one. Was it Nazareth? Yes, it was Nazareth. Actually, I can't remember the venue. I think it was Nazareth. But anyway, I remember speaking to DK. Yes, it was Nazareth. Speaking to DK before it, and like, we got this. Even though we don't feel prepared, we got this. We are going to pass. Left the venue. We didn't speak about it. We met afterwards, like a group of candidate attorneys, my friends, and we spoke about other things other than the paper. Like, we spoke about the paper just a bit, but then we were just cackling and just laughing about other stuff. And I was like, oh, my drive back, I was like, Lord, I don't know what that was, but I'm praying for the best. got my results, and I didn't make it. I was short of a small percentage to make it, and I was in disbelief. I applied for a remark. Please take note that a remark is 690. So I didn't make this decision lightly. I didn't make this decision lightly. I was like, I am going to ask for a remark because there's absolutely no way that I'm going to write this paper for the third time. No ways. So a friend and I actually applied for a remark. Deep down in my heart, I knew that I was wasting my money, but I was like, it's worth a try. Got my results back and wah, wah, wah. So March again, I was like, okay, Lord, let's study. And this time, I stuck to my study schedule. I was like, there's absolutely no way that I finished my articles. So because I got seconded, I had to go back to my original job, and my contract had ended. So my contract ended September as well, with the LPC as a candidate attorney. So I sort of went back with my tail between my legs because I thought I was capable. Like, and come to think of it, I think I was being too hard on myself because paper 3 is really hard. Like, it's really, really hard. And I was sort of ashamed as well because I'm an overachiever, man. I always get things done. I mean, I have 3 degrees. I have 3 degrees. So I was like, 2 of them being honors degrees. I was like, Pearl, what are you going to go back and say what? Because you're supposed to come back as an admitted attorney. Girl, you had 2 years. And my plan going into this whole journey I'm going to do my articles for a year, law school, and ask for condemnation for the 1 year. So come back as like I made it as an attorney. Go guy, give back. Easily a penny. Yo. But either way, I trusted God and I was like, you know what, God, not my timing, but yours, not my will, but your will. I had another chance. I registered again in January. I was like, January of last year. Was it last year? I think I'm getting my timelines wrong. But either way, was it last year? No, I went back to work last year, Jan. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. I have my timelines right. I went back late last year when my contract ended. So I registered again now in March. And, well, not now, but y'all get the gist of it. I went there. I remember it was at Gallagher. When I say prepare, guys, I refuse to go out. I refuse to do certain things. I don't think I even went to the gym. That's how determined I was. I was like, no, anytime I have, I'm definitely going to put it to my studies. I took Javi Leroux's classes. I remember I also attended a Young Lawyers conference thing, and luckily enough the LSSA was organizing it, so we had a Q&A session, and I actually stood up and I was like, listen guys, we have an idea of what to study for paper 1, paper 2, and paper 4, but when it comes to paper 3, we're all unsure, like, what's happening? And they're like, no, we'll send out sort of like it's not a scope because it's very extensive, like a sort of like a guide. Guys, when we received that guide, first of all, we received that guide, I think a month before our test, or a couple of weeks before. And I was like, I think it was a month, yeah. That time I had started studying maybe like after registration, so January. I was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, long story short, results came and your girl passed. And I was so ecstatic, guys. I was so ecstatic when I received my results. I couldn't work on my application because I was getting married, honeymoon and everything. And then, we're here. So I'm just here to say, God's timing is always perfect. And I don't think if I had gotten this the first time round that I would have appreciated the whole process. If you are studying, good luck. If you are writing again, listen, good luck. I remember going into that exam, taking a picture of the sign, and I said, this is the last time I'm writing this test. And I stepped out saying, Lord, you know what? You are so good, and you know what, he will do it. If he can do it for me, he will definitely do it for you. He's done it before and he will do it again. Just keep on pushing and you got this. Anyway, this is getting too long, but anyway, God is good. And yeah, all the best, guys. All the best. I'll share more details on my law journey, definitely. Yeah, God is good. I'm about to be an admitted attorney. I hope this video wasn't too messy. If you liked it, please do leave a thumbs up. It was an impromptu video, not really structured, but yeah, that's my testimony that God is good and his timing is always perfect. Always perfect.